Hey folks, this is Jimmy here in Strange, Vermont. And I say strange lovingly because it is strange and I love it. If you like rocks, well, we're going to learn something about rocks today. These aren't just rocks, these are quartz rocks, crystals. These are also carved into or made somehow into artifacts that have images in them. And they're all tools, stone tools, um, or most of them. If you know anything about stone tools, you won't see any of this. That's what these are. But they're more than that. They hold more than just what they do, what they were for in them. I mean, the beauty and symmetry of them, and the enduring power of the images. And there are a lot of images that recur over and over and over again. And similarities mean something when you're trying to think scientifically, which I don't try to do, but when you try to work things out, you have to put things in order and try to look at things that make sense. And things that don't make sense, well, you put them somewhere else. And things that make sense, you walk towards. Now, I see faces in stone. Not all stone, not every stone, just the stones that have faces in them. They're obvious, they're there. Someone put them there. And at times, the work is so fine. I wonder, did the earth put them there? Did they just erupt out of the earth? I mean, which I don't believe, but that's the way it seems. And there's a mystery and a power to the images, and the stones are alive. I mean, because they can affect you physically on this earth. I have proof of that. I don't put a benevolence to these, a malevolence. I put a benevolence to them, if that makes sense. These are helpful to mankind, not only in the story they tell, but in the healing powers they have. They can heal your spirit, your soul, which heals your body. You're well in control of many things in your body. Sickness is one of them. We're programmed to be sick, to be ill, to take medicines, to take pharmaceuticals, to experiment with all these things. And they'll shove them down your throat and get paid well for them. One of the richest companies are drug companies. They do very well on this earth. But let's talk about real power. And I've talked about language a lot, but this language is a temporal language. And a temporal language is one that we all know and understand. It's similar to dreams. When you close your eyes at night, that place you go to is that temporal place. And that's where these images will reach you. That's why I show them all the time. The more you see them, the more they'll reach that spot inside of you and speak a story. But it's not just a story that they do tell you. What they do is open up wonder and amazement and different paradigms. And they give you the opportunity to believe in different things that you form your beliefs as walls, and you get in that room and you build these walls around you to explain the world around you and to stay safe and to make up your mind about questions you have. And I did all of that. I read all the books on science I could get. physics and particle physics and quantum mechanics and all the scientists, all the theories. And Einstein came to the conclusion that God was real. And what he meant by God and thought about God, I don't know, but in other words, there's a power greater than science. And our minds go to science because that's what we're brought up thinking about. We gauge the world scientifically, which is really bad because it puts you in a box. Now, every box should have a door or a window that you can open up and climb the hell out of it. And this is one way to do that. It's amazing, but a stone wall did this. It opened all of this up to me. A stone wall. Actually, one stone in the wall turned my eye from where I was looking in this world to another place. And it may sound confusing or convoluted, but I'm not the convoluted type of person at all. I've never believed anything until I've seen it. And when I have, well, it's gotten me in trouble. So I brought all this information to the state, to archaeologists, to people that know these things. And there's so many obvious stone tools and artifacts here. It's incredible, and they're beautiful, and they all rejected them. They don't want to see this stuff. It tells a story that they don't want you to know, a narrative that, and I'm going to put it simply, people that were here before, you want to call them Native Americans, Ancient Americans, First Americans, they were brilliant people, and they knew things